because it allows anyone to bid on your machine. Anyone can real-time offer any amount of money per your machine. People can see the GigaSpot, see machines of the providers, and can earn any amount of money to the machine. It isn't just to rent the machine. It is the clients are in control of overclocking settings, like limited in some reasonable ranges, so it doesn't harm the providers. The machine are kept stable, and of course they are limited by the maximum power limit set by the provider. Client workloads, depending really on the workloads, potential like mining a coin, they can have like different power draws. And the final goal of the provider is basically to make as much profit as possible in point in market. So GigaSpot takes into account the power consumption of different workloads. So, and GigaSpot incentive mechanism automatically chooses the top profitable workload for the hosting provider on their machine.
Mm-hmm.
This is
so. Can you like explain a little more about like the whole structure? Like, will there be like, I know, few jobs always on the machines, or it will be just always downloading, uploading some new jobs? Like everyone could join. Like, how hard is it to create everything? Like,
yeah. So about like jobs on the machine, I don't believe there will be a large like fluctuation of jobs per machine. Currently, there are like two possible sources of jobs. One, that you build a container and upload it to CLORE.AI, which is our container registry specifically for GigaSpot, which is available everywhere. And the main reason for creating is that like pulling a lot of containers in one farm, which has, let's say, 100 machines, gets us like banned from like Docker Hub and like other public registries. So it was somewhat mandatory to build our own registry. But back to the job fluctuation. The jobs shouldn't like fluctuate very much. There is currently set limit 8 jobs per machine. And like what is the job like workflow? You create, a client creates a job, the job gets downloaded on the machine, and when it's like the top paying job, then it starts. So like you will probably have like 8 jobs or like smaller amount of jobs on your machine as a hosting provider, and like the fluctuation shouldn't really be like any much harmful. For now, we only would allow machines that are not booting from a flash drive to be listed on GigaSpot, because we want to see the fluctuations for ourselves. We don't believe they will be high, but rather still we don't want to burn your flash drives in your machines. So SSD HD based machines will be on GigaSpot.
And so this will be like an open market, right? So anyone could create this. Like, what's the job? I mean, how can users can create it? Is that complex? How complex it is?
Well, we know that like efficiently you want to have some alpha over the market. So creating, if you have like no deep understanding of like Linux or like Linux, C++, cryptocurrency mining, GPU optimizations, you wouldn't be like competitive necessarily on the GigaSpot market in the long run. So like creating jobs for GigaSpot is like for the best of the best, and that's a good thing. We want the market to be as optimized as possible. Like anyone can create the jobs, and there are like 2 ways of jobs. You can either build your own container for GigaSpot which will run on the machines. The current limit per container is 600 megabytes, which is like small, but it's more than enough for mining great jobs on GigaSpot. It's more than enough, and it's here to like incentivize like optimization on this level. It's enough, and people that are competent to create jobs for GigaSpot, and the on top of GigaSpot are able to achieve these goals. That is really reasonable. And the second way is we have this Jupyter plus Ubuntu base image on top of which right now we have like a script that starts like on first start of the image. For this one, we will be giving your entry point. So you can specify some location where your shell script is hosted, and it will be pulled to this image. So you can start from, if you don't feel like building a Docker image, you can just you host a shell script and put it inside of this image, and it will like run on every start of the image. This script will run. It might have like its issues. People that will be bidding on GigaSpot, I hope they will understand the issues, and for them to be on top of GigaSpot, they need to understand the issues. But if you write the scripts in a good manner, it's like very valid way to use GigaSpot.
Okay, and basically, can we say right now that it's like already launched, right? We basically launch it like today. So basically, I must say it's in beta during the next few days. I believe we have some servers, some GPUs already connected to the GigaSpot. So basically, this is an open market, right? So like anyone could bet any price to those machines that are connected right now. So as of right now, how many machines connected? Like GPUs?
I believe we have like our own like 15 machines connected for GigaSpot, and we are somewhat like awaiting, the clients. We know some entities that are already like building bots that will be used on top of GigaSpot. So, but like we don't feel convinced right now of onboarding like all of the machines onto GigaSpot. We are planning to do it around January 7th, when the bots on GigaSpot should be like much more competitive, and like we want to like explain GigaSpot here and give clients time to just like also put GigaSpot in like their sources of computing power they want to use. Right now, anyone can like start bidding on GigaSpot. These machines are like right now basically free, so it's like you should just go on, test it out. And there are people on CLORE that are right now speculating on demand markets, on cryptocurrency mining. GigaSpot, like just no-brainer for you to not be there.
So basically, I just want to summarize. So basically, anyone could bet right now on those machines 001 CLORE, right?
Sure,
and just start mining whatever you want. It's basically free money just for you to test. It's already here. API docs already available on our docs.CLORE.AI, and also you can check out the previous post in all our socials where you can like see some information, some overview of GigaSpot, some explanation of GigaSpot, and API docs are also available. Okay, so
that I also want to mention like why GigaSpot doesn't have like graphical user interface, why its own like API. So we know like in clients will not like theoretically be bidding on like just one machine. We are expecting clients to, like, if you have alpha over the market, you're probably bidding on like hundreds of machines, potentially thousands of machines. So you need to like get a competitive output of the market. Now let's imagine you queried the market and like put bids on some machines. We just came out to conclusion that this is too much data being transferred, too much data being queried on our CLORE nodes. It's just too heavy of a workload. So rather, we're publishing publicly every like, I believe like 20 seconds snapshot of the GigaSpot market. So to get the GigaSpot call on the API, we'll get the URL with published snapshot of the market where you can see every machine, every bits, and you can process this snapshot on your own to just see where you can like put your bits, where you can like be profitable as a client, and must update your bits, must create bits on GigaSpot. So like effectively, people will be competitive on GigaSpot with bots, which is reaching the highest possibility of efficiency in mining GigaSpot. But I'll probably talk about it a little later.
Okay. And just to verify everything, so like on GigaSpot, you basically could rent 100 machines in just a second. Just snap of fingers, just rent those 1,000 machines to rent this particular coin, and at this particular like energy. By the way, about the energy, can you like a little more explain like what's the energy, like why we like create it?
So yes, so like hosting providers, depending on the location or their like contracts, each have like little different energy price, and based on different energy price, you may apply different optimizations on the machine. Somebody with higher energy price might be interested in like higher compute per watt than someone like with basically like low energy price. So GigaSpot itself, the bidding isn't based on just the price. The bidding is based on like the top profitability per machine, which is like the paying amount for the machine, and we subtract the energy cost. The energy cost is like the energy price of the provider like times the power consumption of the machine. We assume the power limits of the GPUs as power consumption. Let's just imagine we have a job that, let's say, take 800 watts, and the default power limit of these GPUs is 1000 watts. Lowering the power limit to 800 watts does not change the performance. The performance is the same. So for that reason, we decided to use the power limit as like the factor that tells us what is the power draw from the machine. So GigaSpot, it incentivizes just the most efficient workloads for your machine for your energy price.
Okay. What else? I maybe forgot something about. So API docs already published it, right? Energy is also here. Maybe I want to add something more about the GigaSpot. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, GigaSpot right now we're like somewhat. I think we looked at GigaSpot like maybe too much like from the technical standpoint. Let's just look at GigaSpot from the philosophical standpoint. What GigaSpot really means. It's like, imagine right now, and we know that like miners don't always go on and like optimize on the newest market trends, and there are potential like giving up revenue and like profits on their machines because they are not always optimized to the market. You can, and like in standard markets, let's say like stock market or even like large cryptocurrency markets, the market optimization is generally very high, where like market makers, arbitrages between exchanges, everything happening at such insane like complex level, but not necessarily in cryptocurrency mining, which theoretically that doesn't make sense. Such markets have never existed before. GigaSpot is the first market to think of. You are like seeing trading, let's say, hash price of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, but like GPU mining, GigaSpot is basically unifying this commodity as just one. You don't necessarily need to think about the workload, but you can like think about it like as GPU power commodity inside of GigaSpot, and the protocol itself incentivizes just the best buyout rates to be used for your workload. What is also important market paradigm to think of that the workloads, the bits, are paid CLORE. Incentivize basically a shift of the payouts and like the security budgets of every protocol that are powered by GPU computing power to be effectively shifted into CLORE. I have looked up the market about like month ago, and like the market size was about $1.6 million per day, which theoretically the most optimal destination after the launch of GigaSPOT and after people start using GigaSPOT is its optimal destination is inside of CLORE. We'll of course see what will happen. I personally like see bits on GigaSPOT for every protocol. GigaSPOT will open up the possibility, because let's just imagine you have some alpha over some protocol. You will want to use GigaSPOT because it's the largest place of the largest amounts of GPUs, raw computing power you can get for such protocol. So we will pay a little bit more. The hosts wouldn't need to even care. They don't need to know what is happening. They don't need to care, but they will be guaranteed on top of the market. Let's just go levels deeper. Imagine cryptocurrency mining pools. At some protocols, it's like relatively like difficult to create cryptocurrency mining pools for some protocols. But like, what are pools? Pools are basically a commodity. They're interchangeable. They're just a commodity. So now we need to start thinking: is it fair for pools to charge 2% fees, 3% fees? I want to say yes. It's like a market-driven thing, but GigaSPOT will, in long run, effectively be eliminating mining pools because they are becoming more of a commodity, and everything will be sucked into GigaSPOT. Similar for mining softwares. Now advancements do happen for mining softwares, which then you like publicly release and have some developer fee on top of it. Let's say you create an advancement in the future after GigaSPOT, after CLORE is on GigaSPOT. Your first move is releasing this on GigaSPOT, because you don't need to like convince some people that you have an alpha over the market. You created more optimal kernel for the GPUs, which is like running the mining. You don't need to convince anyone. You can just go up on the public market. You just eliminate this like talking to people, this like marketing, this advertising. You just go on the market and claim the alpha as it is directly to your pocket. And as more people are claiming the alpha, the more alpha will go directly to the hosting provider at the highest possible level in the market. So it itself will drive the GigaSPOT to be always on top of the market. Regarding fee structure of GigaSPOT, right now it's like 2.5% base. If you're holding CLORE proof of holding, 1.8%. These fees, if we see the GigaSPOT is bypassing literally in the future or very soon, integrated like development fees inside of mining softwares, inside of mining pools, we end up seeing that GigaSPOT is like even cheaper than other currently existing solutions. Not to mention that you don't necessarily need to care as a hosting provider what is happening in the market.
Mm-hmm. Actually, so basically on GigaSPOT, you'll be receiving, like, you'll always be on the top of the market. You always receive the best, like the very, very best, like greater money. But maybe people can ask, like, there's like NiceHash. How GigaSPOT actually better in any ways than NiceHash?
Yes. Regarding NiceHash, the basically on NiceHash needs to like verify the hash power, and they charge some fees. Okay, like it's like their thing, so they charge some fees, and they're verifying the hash power and brokeraging the hash power to some like other whatever pools, coins, whatever. But they need to like implement the hash power, and they are limited on just some algorithms. Mm-hmm. Core GigaSPOT is created very nicely. It's unified. You don't need to think about the algorithm. We don't need to like create support for our algorithms. The clients create the support for algorithms. We frankly don't know and don't need to know and don't need to just think about what algorithm you're running on GigaSpot, because you can run anything on GigaSpot. So like NiceHash cannot be on top of the market because they are just limiting themselves to some algorithms.
Plus KYC, don't forget.
But plus KYC, of course, right now.
KYC, so like I'm pretty sure that GigaSpot will outperform NiceHash.
Yes.
Always. Yeah. Okay. So I really advise everyone start bidding on the GigaSpot. We basically have all the docs, everything. You can basically already start doing this. Some free servers already waiting for you. So 15 servers with around, 60 GPUs or something, 50 GPUs.
I believe 80.
Okay,
that's not important. GPUs.
Yeah, it's not important. It's free money.
Right now, it's just for you to start right now, see down the line.
And which is more importantly, if anyone of you really want to participate in this beta and add your GPUs to the market before others, you can always DM me or Yakub for this. We can add you. But the official beta will end in January 7th. Yeah. And there will be like
right now, like you can add your GPUs to GigaSpot if you message us, but like currently we cannot really say that the buyout rates will be like that great because it's just launching right now, so the clients aren't like fully ready. We know some clients internally that are already working on creating the best like alpha systems for GigaSpot. More to come. So January 7, we should start connecting the vast majority of machines to GigaSpot right now, if you message us, as John said.
Yeah, but basically we can guarantee you like the income like as of right now, because like the bots basically are not ready. But yeah, just it needs some time. So that's why it's better for 4 days basically. Okay, so oops. So do you have anything to say about the GigaSpot, or can we move to the AMA section? Because like we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I think right now we can.
Important, I actually have to say that. By the way, I have 129 questions so far. I don't believe we will answer all of them, but we'll try. And most of the questions actually about the GigaSpot. So like the GigaSpot talk is not over for today. So yeah, let's just scroll the chat. They also have a chat open, the discussion. So we can, I think you're better in answering all the question about the GigaSpot, right? And I maybe take care of some other questions that people might be interested in. Okay.
So how we want to do it? Do we want to read the questions, or how should we do it?
Yeah, maybe we can like slowly read it together. I don't know, because like I already see the first question. I think it related to you about the GigaSpot. Maybe I can like forward you those questions so it will be.
Like we're talking about like the question just like in the CLORE chat basically. So, or I should just probably scroll relative like.
Yeah, I just basically, well, for example, this is the first question I see here. How does the GigaSpot differ itself from other platforms in the same space, and what unique value does it bring to users? You answer this question. Like,
well, maybe no. I'm thinking like more streamlined. If you like want to read like maybe all of the questions that you find interesting, or I just scroll.
Like all other questions, like I'll join later or nice. I mean, it's not a question. Where can we ask questions? It's not a question. This is actually really the first question.
Okay,
They,
so real, yeah, we already like mentioned how it differentiates from other platforms. It's like the best bidding machine. It's the best like incentive machine basically for renting GPU computing power as a unified commodity. Like there doesn't exist a competition necessarily for GigaSpot.
and the pieces are different. Okay. What unique values? I think, yeah, it brings just top revenue for you. And like, I think you forget to mention, it will just not be like the very most profitable coin, for example, at the moment. Plus, they will be CLORE rewards. So you will always be not just on top of the market, you'll be higher. So like it's like alpha of all alpha. You'll be like, there's no reason not to join actually the Gigaspot, not join CLORE, because like we actually have a CLORE fleet, so we basically can onboard 100 machines in just a few minutes, and then you can just do nothing
Also
basically.
wanted exactly as we're this I wanted to add like so GigaSpot will be available on next hosting software version 6 and actually people are right now setting up let's say on demand rental prices but sometimes forget about them. They are low and the market rises and now like no on high on demand prices but the market has risen but the prices are right now they are low because the market went up like let's say 50% over let's say 20 over let's say 2 months. So we will have an option for you to disable on-demand rentals for your machine, only allow Gigaspot. So very simple, it will behave just like a miner, basically, if you connect it on HiveOS with Clore Fleet, new version, when it drops, January 7. You could connect, it would behave exactly as any other mining software. You will just have all the advantages of being on Gigaspot.
So just to simplify everything, basically just start like CLORE hosting miner. It will onboard all of the machines to CLORE, and then on Gigaspot you just will be always mining the best coin plus CLORE rewards on top. I mean, you don't have to switch coins, you don't have to sell coins, do anything. I mean, we will handle the whole process for you. No need to worry about
We
anything.
cannot take all of the credit. Our clients are the most
Of
important
course,
part.
yes. I mean, we as a company, I mean, are all going to work seamlessly, really fast, and like you will be always on top and a little bit higher than that. Okay, so next question. Uh oh, final question for me. I think I can answer that one. I want to ask you why there is a big difference in circulation supply, CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Will please correct it which one is right and which one is wrong. Um, I'm planning to list CLORE.AI major exchanges. So about the first question, basically, as of right now, CoinGecko is correct. It's completely like it's 100% accurate. The problem with CoinMarketCap is we tried to verify the circulation supply. I probably send them over, I don't know, 20 messages. I fill up all the forms. I tried like everything, I think, and they're just not responding. It just keeps saying approved and like everything's fine, but I don't know. Maybe there's like another way to connect with them. I just don't know. But as of right now, please check the market cap on CoinGecko as it's like 100% accurate. And also, the next question actually bring me to another thing on the GigaSpot thing. We forgot. There will be actually question, I believe, about this. So, are we planning to like really advertise GigaSpot, right? So,
Yes, we want to like put up advertisements and like generally like the most interesting like mining sites like what to mine, mining pools, those stream we plan to like cooperate with some crypto mining creators to just showcase CLORE GigaSpot on their audience, so miners will know about the GigaSpot and that they can move their machines onto GigaSpot, harvest the greatest profits, and itself onboarding more machines onto CLORE GigaSpot will create a higher buying pressure on CLORE coins, because the GigaSpot clients will need to buy CLORE coins to pay the providers themselves.
Mhm.
So more machines will directly real time be equal to better value of the project.
Okay, great. So the next question. Moderator already answered question about the market cap. How does the GigaSpot ensure that the interests of both GPU server owners and clients are balanced in the permissionless market, particularly when it comes to allocation and pricing of computing power for interruptible tasks?
It doesn't need to be like overcomplicated. We believe like the market paradigm of just thinking what is the most profitable for the host is like exactly this. And if we were like looking at the client's interests in this, which might be like uptime or something, we'll be like compromising on the host's interests, and the client's interests like are not necessarily like the best one wins. Like it's like every like other market, the best one, the most optimized way wins. So it's absolutely fair. There's nothing to discuss.
What's the superior feature introduced by GigaSpot in this update? We basically already covered this. Yeah. So next question, is the address holding 45 million CLORE official? What? Wait, we have an address with 45 million CLORE? Let me check this.
It's probably some exchange or something that's like realistically like we cannot like answer like such questions. It's probably
yeah. I mean, yeah. I just wanna, yeah. It's not belong to the team. You can always see the team's wallet. It ends with the 97A. Currently, it's ranked number 3. So yeah, the 45 million. Yeah, not us. So does the official have a data center, and what is that? Oh, I think all of those questions from this guy are actually not related to GigaSpot. So basically, I can answer maybe them, or maybe you can add something.
Yeah, you can go on.
Yeah. Does the official have a data center, and what is size? Yeah, we have one data center in Europe. It's not quite large right now. Yeah. Of course, we can disclose the place. So yeah, we have it. Are there any plans to list on top exchanges in the next 2 months? We can't answer those questions. We have plans, of course, but like we can't disclose names or just can't say anything. First question again, is the cooperation with still continuing or it has been cancelled? We can't comment anything about this company. Most of the hosts on the market come from Russia. If the Russian government blocks the external network, does the official have a remedial plan? I hope it won't.
Can I personally comment on this one? Well, like the definite like blocking external networks is definitely not happening. Like it would harm business like so much. Basically, we like know and like have commented on it on the like GigaSpot like documentations that if you're deploying workloads on GigaSpot, you may experience some blockings of like some services in Russia. okay, might happen. We already, like, historically, like CLORE.AI, the machines are connected to like nodes, our endpoints. We already like experienced blockings of some endpoints. Right now, for machines in Russia, we host the endpoints in Russia. No block, and like cross-border network transit, it's unrealistic that it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Great. So the next one, in the future, when the host of the host provider is idle, it will automatically train AI. Will the host provider have any income, and will it distribute the income? I think this is the question from the roadmap. So yeah, of course it will have an income, and we will distribute this income. It basically jobs from other people, from the redders, but we will cover this in the future because we're months from starting, from finishing this. Does the official have customers for relevant AI model training? Yes, of course. We have some small companies that are training AI, and also some big names. We basically will reveal it in sometime soon. But yeah, some of the companies are not really want to disclose they are working with CLORE, training their AIs. But yeah, we have such clients. Can the same wallet address participate in proof of stake and proof of holding at the same time, obtain double benefits? I probably already answered this question. Yes, it will. So yeah, definitely you can obtain double benefits from both proof of stake and proof of holding. Does CLORE have a burning plan? Actually, we have a burning mechanism in the chain already. And actually, you can check in the Explorer. It's basically right now like 5 or something thousand coins already burned. But like as of right now, we don't expect, like, we don't have a plans to burn Teams coin, because like we still need coins, for example, for listings, and some bloggers who wanna when we pay bloggers for advertisement, they really want to take only CLORE. They don't want to get USDT as a payment. So as of right now, we're not we won't burn the coins, but we may change our plans, right? The current price of CLORE is seriously underestimated. What stimulus plan does official have? I actually pretty like agree with the underestimating of CLORE. We have a plan, and it calls GigaSPOT, basically. You'll see a lot of advertisement of GigaSPOT on a lot of mining resources and from influencers in the community. We're already in touch with them. So basically, as of right now, this is the plan. In the future, the market will fully use CLORE for payments, but the price of CLORE fluctuates greatly. Will the official issue a platform stable currency? Actually, we had a feature in mind, not really decided with that, that you can basically stick like your earnings to USDT, but receive only CLORE, as we did with Bust.AI. Maybe we'll do the same in the future. Maybe.
But realistically, majority of like mining great machines and majority of people complaining will be on GigaSpot realistically, which on GigaSpot this issue doesn't exist. So
yeah, basically on GigaSpot, market will always be rebalancing itself. So like, despite the CLORE price, you'll be always on top. Like even if CLORE goes down, take 10 times or rose 10 times, you still will be receiving the best of the best, and still be alpha of the market. So next question. Oh, again, GigaSpot. don't think that's for you. I follow in the chat, right? Have you seen?
Yeah.
Just wanna
Yeah.
check. Yeah. So what mechanism does CLORE.AI, GigaSPOT, employ to adapt to verify workloads, especially those that are not fully utilizing the GPU capabilities? And how does often the impact of price and performance metrics for clients and hosts?
Well, I don't really get the question. That there really realistically isn't like anything necessarily to verify. We have like some market leading initial verification system that like the GPUs are like somewhat legit, of course. Like of course it cannot be like exact like 100% trust is like better from the client's perspective to always validate the outputs of the machine, but like if GPUs are underutilized, it's like most like clients issue if they, let's say, request like 300 watts power limit and only utilize 220 watts. It's like the client's issue. Like it's not like a problem of GigaSpot itself.
It's actually a feature, by the way, if you think. On the other hand, I mean, it
Yeah,
will bring,
like
yeah. So given the flexibility in configuring overclock setting for individual GPU in a machine, how does GigaSpot manage the risk associated with potential hardware degradation or failure? And what assistance or compensation are provided to server owners in such cases? I think here the clients setting up the overclock.
yes, but they're in reasonable ranges, so the overclocks can't like damage your machine. And you're like one thing is like the overclocks. Just like let's say we're clocking whatever on 4090 the core at like let's say 2 gigahertz. Let's say you even like put like 2 gigahertz lock in the driver. You call like I want to lock 2 gigahertz, but the power limit is like too low. Let's say 200 watts or something. Even if you request like 2 gigahertz lock, it's effectively going to be lower, and the provider is always like in control of the maximum power limits, so the clients wouldn't like, burn your GPU. No. And anyways, even if you like max out the power limits, it's like very safe. We don't allow any insane overclocks. No, you're safe.
Okay. What are the superior feature introduced by GigaSpot in the latest update? Yeah, they already answered. Are these any significant changes in security or privacy? GigaSpot, and yeah, maybe you can cover some about the
security and privacy. It like depends what you're calling security and privacy. GigaSpot itself doesn't have port forwarding. So currently, like CLORE has on port forwarding, basically between the machine and your end destination, like end-to-end encryption through either HTTPS or RSA encryption. It's like very okay. This is like the market leading technology in this segment. How we can do it, like regarding LLMs or workloads on the machine, they can use like full homomorphic encryption if it's really for you. Some workloads agree it's not like market leading. This kind of encryption is slowing down the workloads. Completely agree. It's like, but like CLORE is basically on top of the market. It's like doing the best. And regarding GigaSpot, like pulling the images, pulling your scripts, it's also like encrypted. So like CLORE is doing the best.
Yeah, as always. So, are there any significant? Okay, how does GigaSpot contribute to increase market liquidity, and what additional benefit does it offer user in terms of cheaper GPU access or other incentives such as proof of holding? Market
cheaper GPU access, like it'll onboard more like GPUs generally on CLORE. So realistically, the rates for on-demand rentals, which will be a little over GigaSpot, should realistically get little lower because the supply will be larger. But yeah, but like in terms of liquidity of GPUs, like much more GPUs on CLORE, and liquidity of like CLORE price, like CLORE coins, like there will be like much more buys. So that's liquidity.
Yeah. So basically, users that will create those images, they basically will mine some coin, right? And they basically will be forced to sell this coin in order to buy CLORE, in order to rent again, in order to be in a cycle, right?
I somewhat like don't agree that they need to necessarily sell the coins. It can function as like OTC services for like large buyers. Let's say you want to invest in like some cryptocurrency, you may be, and you don't want to affect the market very greatly. I don't want to name any projects, but you might be like better off paying CLORE GigaSpot to acquire this coin for you, so you wouldn't manipulate the market price higher for your buying. So, but in every case, you need to buy CLORE and put your funds into the CLORE protocol. As we mentioned, the market size, it like really fluctuates. If you believe in bull run, the market will be potentially larger. I don't know. As I lastly checked a month ago, it was like $1.6 million a day. This is like peak potential for GigaSpot, which I just hope we potentially can reach like majority in this year.
Okay.
GigaSpot itself, it's like already if we like tomorrow had 800,000 GPUs on GigaSpot, it would function fine.
Okay, the GigaSpot is being called a game changer for the mining industry, but what's the secret sauce? How does CLORE.AI magic power this breakthrough, and can we expect this tech to reshape industries beyond mining? Actually, we already described that basically why it's game changer is basically because you'll be always on top of any coin. So it's better than NiceHash, better than everything, because you'll be always receiving the very, very highest possible amount of money for your particular GPU, and most importantly with your electricity. So whether your electricity is 3 cents or 10 cents, they will be always best job exactly for you. So basically this is the sauce. Sorry that I answered it.
Yeah, the market itself is the source, and like of course in the future GigaSpot paradigm can be like utilized for other like workloads, AI. Definitely right now we want to start with mining, prove the points, and but down the line it can be used for like AI rendering, any kind of workload. We just want to like prove the point here. This is like potentially the simplest. There's like enough alpha, and yeah.
Yeah, this is just a start. So in the future, there will be.
This is like a start, and like really like fixes the market efficiency here. So it just was no brainer for it to be this way.
Okay, another question. What new feature changes does GigaSpot introduce? Again, I think a lot of maybe I should skip some of the questions.
Skip questions repeating.
What's 200 questions already? I don't.
Yeah, definitely you cannot go through like 200 questions. Just skip them and pick some interesting ones.
Yeah, maybe you can just also scroll the chat. Maybe you'll find something. I actually saw some technical question. I'm pretty sure you'll be super excited to answer some of them. Also can pick any questions. And also I may forward some interesting ones. I didn't expect that we'll have that much questions actually.
Yeah, I think like generally we have covered the questions, majority of it. So like measured because they're somewhat like repeating. Yeah, we have seen like questions regarding vast AI integration. So let me just say something a little about this. So how does this work? So for vast AI integration, because on vast you have this is also like on GigaSpot and vast AI, like the workloads can be like paused. So realistically, like vast AI client can go on and pause their workload, and they are paying in dollars to us. So firstly, to migrate your machine and offer it onto vast AI, we need to we create an XFS partition on your storage. So we can like have like workloads and just allocate a part of the storage for a workload. On GigaSpot, it's like 600 megabytes. On vast AI, depending on like what the client is paying. So we allocate, let's say, some portion here. Second thing, on vast AI integration, we know that the clients that are pushing some like more data through the forwarding, because vast AI generally functions with public IP addresses directly. The machines having public IP address, and people are calling the LLMs like directly to the public IP address, not like through some proxy and stuff. So we implemented like our own forwarding. We are leasing our own like public IP addresses basically to the machines. So on vast AI, it like acts as any other machine. Some people go on and like complain that the price we are renting their machines for is like relatively low. These are like people from countries like Russia, from which the machines might not necessarily be in like such high demand. Not to mention that realistic, like our machines on vast AI don't get like the verification yet. The software is a little like different. So like, but like it supports all of the functions of vast AI. So that is good. I think we're offering the machines for greater like for the relative like the top price that we can realistically do. Yeah, that was just about like the vast AI, the questions about vast AI. Your machine might not be on vast AI if it's like always rented, and like we cannot migrate a rented machine to XFS because it deletes all of the data inside of Docker. So if there is like customers order, we cannot like do the migration. The same for GigaSpot. Then we like, did the migrations manually. Then we call in our API and like migrate your machines to XFS. Right now, the version 6 hosting software, which will be used for GigaSpot, will be able to do the migrations automatically when your machine is not rented, because XFS mandatory for vast AI and GigaSpot.
I actually have some questions, saw some questions about the roadmap. So maybe I can throw some details about the roadmap we have. We basically just re-release it. So right now, I really like actually the design, the new design. There's no any like, there's just information, so you can always track like what we're doing regarding like CLORE VPN for the like iOS, Android, and all other platforms. Like it's under review right now. It's still under review for the App Store and Google Play. Maybe it's like New Year's Eve and like I was working there, and Windows and Mac will be a little later. I also want to mention about the CLORE app for rent. It will definitely be in January. I have some developers working on it right now, so like no change for this. GigaSpot already launched. Proof of stake. Proof of stake, I believe it will be launched in first quarter 2025. I really hope by February. Again, I already answered the question about the proof of holding, proof of stake. They will be working together. About instant buy option for CLORE coins, it will also expected to be in January, and fully redesign my Siri page early February. Yeah,
you go on, I think.
If you want to add something, yeah, just throw it.
Yeah, I'm just like looking whatever like Alexei's question is like known like user of course. So about like plan to protect user data inside of container. Like it's like not really like realistic to do like something more than like just generally like spawning the container. I know that it is like of course like problematic, but like no other platform regarding like let's say Vast AI or Akash or Ionet or Subnet 12, 25 and like 752 on tensor, no one of them can do it like anyhow better. It's of course if the hardware in the future drops with support of like isolated environments that couldn't be like accessed by the owner, yeah, it'll be in CLORE, but itself is like an unrealistic thing to go that deep about like yellow and red sheets in real time. Yeah, it's probably a good idea, and plan to integrate or market on sites like Hugging Face. Yeah, like uh, right now the machines like 4090s and stuff are rented on demand for mining a lot. I think it'll make with GigaSPOT more sense because the machines will be like a lot more available for AI and bogged down by mining because on-demand rentals have like higher priority than GigaSpot. So like actually like if you were going with AI tasks needing a lot of GPUs, you would have access to much more of them, and you could like effectively take them from the speculative miners on GigaSpot. So at that point, it like might definitely make sense to like show off more on like Hugging Face or just talk more to the AI community, because I understand right now like 4090s, 3090s, people want to get rented, people want to be right now on top of the market, so they opt for mining to some extent or like major, and some are like rented for like AI workloads. We have seen a very interesting, I don't want to mention the company, but they're using CLORE for analysis of distributed denial of service attacks on the machines on 4090s, but not necessarily that high amounts of 4090s are available like for rent, because they're like 99% of time bogged down by miners, which will shift to GigaSpot naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, then we can like even try to like more show off in the AI space in general.
Yeah, I actually saw the question about the wallet. So yeah, we have a problem with the wallet. So like for those who don't know, we had some problems with the compounding the transactions. We will fix this, but like in post, because like we'll basically update the whole wallet. We will basically update everything. Will be new wallet. Like basically,
Well, new wallet we are implementing the
basically
proofs
new wallet.
taken.
Basically
New
updated
wallet
wallet
version.
with the ability to proof of stake. Then what else? Actually, a lot of question about Gigas, but I'm just
Like just like if you see like some question that is unique, so we don't.
they're all looks the same, but maybe about the technical. I definitely remember. I saw some question about technical details of GigaSPOT. I'm going to forward you some questions. Just you know,
Yeah,
you can
CLORE.AI
if
is
you
completely.
think
Yeah, Um, you know, I see like a question regarding like support of TensorFlow, PyTorch, ONNX within the GigaSpot. Like the outcome of GigaSpot right now is not necessarily to support like PyTorch and stuff. It's like mostly, but GigaSpot for mining is better for AI workloads to be on like something stable, because let's just realistically imagine you have like some large model that's like, I don't know, 24 gigs in VRAM or something, and you're loading it. If somebody overbits you, you're loading it relatively long time. Of course, there will be like gigaspot paradigms might make sense like in the future for larger stuff. Right now, I think for AI, it's like over. It's already like on-demand rentals for AI workloads are winning realistically so much that like on GigaSpot, it would be like hard to differentiate. I think to start with mining on GigaSpot, it's like more than enough. The market size is large, and to start with just mining and on GigaSpot, it's enough to like have just like 100x the project, not necessarily 100x, like maybe 70x the project, because it's enough. And like if we were retrieving LLMs to some smaller machines on bidding, we haven't yet thought out the incentive mechanism to be like exactly fair. We can say that like 600 megabytes here, 600 megabytes there on small machines is good, but like for higher like storage sizes, there would definitely need to be like some incentive, some payment, which we haven't like figured out optimally yet. But like on-demand rentals are generally like market leading for AI workloads. So, but the compatibility itself, it's like in Docker, you can run anything. There is like no question about like anything being like incompatible.
I actually just I think one guy throw like 5 or 6 questions. I just really want to tell him that we can answer those questions. Do you have any plans to make it available on the Binance or OKX exchanges? I mean, we do have plans, but we can't confirm or like say anything. You must understand this, right? So I send you some questions to DMs. If you're like interested in like if you find them interesting.
Yeah, I think like the questions were like somewhat like insert on like regarding bridging CLORE to Ethereum and like other chains. You mentioned it, like makes sense. It's like realistically, you need to think about like bridging CLORE. It's like relative. It needs to be like done thoughtfully and not just like gamble, do this bridge something. It's like we really need to like think about like security and every aspect of it, so it wouldn't like end up like in some bad ways. So of course we want to like bridge CLORE. Other chains, like, yeah, we'll try to do it like in 2025, but like right now for playing out of GigaSpot and everything, it's not necessarily that important.
Yeah, but still we have plans to do that, right? And it will
we have plans to do everything, right?
We have a lot of plans. That's true. But yeah, and we'll try to do that at least at first quarter or maybe second quarter of this year. I really. So we're going to see strong marketing pushing CLORE to new investor. You probably have to go on any mining related website after 7th of January. We'll try to really advertise this new feature. What else?
I think we like somewhat like covered everything. If there are like no like interesting questions, or do you think?
I was just scrolling. I mean, most of them are just repeating itself,
Yeah,
or
exactly. So
like for example, for the some like question from 6 minutes ago or something. I mean, guys, don't forget to like answer in ask your questions underneath the post, so like I can see, because like I haven't opened the full chat. Maybe in the full chat. Okay, some chatting. So the last question actually, for example, about the security and stuff, and we basically covered it. I don't know,
yeah,
34.
yeah.
So like
Yeah,
this guy just connected to us. So I think then maybe we can, I don't know, stop. I basically have recording. I really hope it will be saved. And yeah, probably today I'll upload it
yeah, we
somewhere.
have discussed everything. You'll all see GigaSpot play out. You'll all see it. You'll be all
Yeah,
edit. So I think for today we like introduced you to GigaSpot. We covered everything. We answered some great questions from the community about the Clore platform.
yeah. I just wanna, at the end, wanna like in 1 minute summarize everything. Maybe I don't know, someone just forgot to click on the link and the first minute. So like
Oh,
just,
sure.
just a minute.
Summary.
Let's summarize like what's the GigaSpot for the hosts. It's the perfect way to receive like the top money from your machines. Depending on the power limit you're setting, depending on the electricity price, will be always receiving just top on the market. And for the renters, um, this is the great tool to just in a snap of a fingers rent 1,000 GPUs for your task. So it will be, we're pretty sure that the users of this feature will be some mining pools, some miner creators, especially, by the way, mining pools that it's hard to start a mining pool. For example, for Cubic, that's why they charge that much percentage. So basically, this is the GigaSpot. Everyone, this is the open market. Don't forget, everyone could create your job and publish it to the marketplace. Then, I mean, it already started. You can already just start bidding on those 80 GPUs, and which is more important, we almost forget about the contest. The contest. So the rules are pretty simple. First, 10 people who will first 10 people who will send who'll spend 50 CLORE inside the CLORE GigaSpot will receive $200 basically per 10 people. It's $2,000 for you. And yeah, don't forget, we basically will upload it. I knew that. I knew that. That's why I took that pace, actually. So, pause. So, first 10 people who will spend 50 CLORE on commission. That's important. On GigaSpot, you will receive $200. Just message us. Plus, yeah, you can always message me on your group. We can add your machines right now just to test everything. We already test machines, but just in case you want to test your machines, I don't know. As of right now, the profits are not guaranteed. So like, just wait till the right. Don't remember, or you have to remember, it's the beta release. So like the official beta will end January 7th, and yeah. Yeah. So I think we can stop their live stream. Basically,
Yeah,
after all.
yeah. I think.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us
Sure,
today.
was not nice today.
Yeah.
answered a lot of stuff as we mentioned. So goodbye, guys. See you later.
Bye. See you.